Hello Internet, I'm Andy Rice and I'm here to show you a really cool new bass amp. It's the BOSS Katana bass amp and it's the latest offering in Boss's successful Katana line of guitar amps. It's available in 160 watt 210 and 60 watt 110 combo configurations. We have the 210 version with us here today. This amp is super fun to work with, extremely versatile, is loud enough for small to medium venues, and has a ton of tone shaping and effects on board. By the way, all of the Katana bass amps controls are readily available on the top panel, but if you're tech savvy, you can really get into the weeds using the BOSS Tone Studio, which is an app for computers or mobile devices that offers deeper tone shaping. So let's get into it. We're going to start with the core of the amp itself and then get into the details a bit. The Katana bass features 3 distinct amp voicings: flat, vintage, and modern, that cater to a wide variety of genres and playing styles. The first voicing is called flat, and it has a smooth, clear, and dynamic tone with rich harmonics. It's a great neutral platform for a bass with lots of personality, someone who uses pedals, or even acoustic basses. My acoustic upright sounded great through this setting. Here's what it sounds like. The second voicing is vintage, which is a classic tube voice with an organic, fat, and well-rounded tone and natural drive, just like the big stack seen on countless stages and tours. Their third voicing is called modern and was designed with more contemporary and progressive bass tones in mind. This mode is very articulate with a quick dynamic response. It's great for more busy playing and truly complements extended range basses. This tone was my personal favorite. Unlike many modern bass amps, Katana bass uses a Class A/B power amp like what is used in a tube power amp design. The amp responds to a player's nuance, attack, and dynamics, and easily compares in volume to much higher rated Class D amplifiers. Basically, a Class A/B amplifier is equivalent in volume to a Class D amplifier rated with 3 to 4 times more wattage. Some other top-level features that are worth noting are the master volume, which controls overall volume as well as how hard the power amp section is being driven to add harmonic saturation. Turn up this volume to drive the power section to create more power section distortion. This is complemented by a power control knob with 3 power amp level options: standby to mute the amp, 1 watt mode for quiet practice without sacrificing the tone, and max for the gig or rehearsal. The amp also has a biamp design with a custom-designed 10-inch woofer and tweeter to ensure clarity and definition of sound. The tweeter can be turned off if you prefer, and there is a pad button to decrease the input sensitivity by -10 dB for high-output basses. Beyond the preamp and power amp for tone shaping, Katana bass has 2 effect sections with a studio-inspired blend control, enabling you to mix in the dry sound with the affected sound to maintain consistent and clear low-end frequencies. It also has a very musical 4-band EQ section featuring adjustable low and high mid frequencies, and a shape button which switches tone characteristics utilizing a variety of different frequency boost options. The first effects engine is on the input section of the amp. It has 10 compressor types and 13 boost, overdrive, distortion, and fuzz effects. Here are a couple examples. Now, I've got the tone blended about 50-50, so I'll put it all the way over to the fuzz so you can hear what that sounds like. Next is an overdrive sound. Here's what it sounds like all the way wet. Now I'll dial it back to half wet, half dry. The second effects engine is very powerful and sounds great too. It has 2 effects blocks with 24 effects each, with a variety of modulation effects, an envelope filter, synth bass, octaver, and an additional 10 delays and reverbs. Let's hear a few of the common culprits. First, I'll show you the octave. The next effect I'm going to show you is the filter. Think Ottawa, bootsy, funky kind of stuff. Next up, we've got a delay. Next up, we've got a chorus effect. For tone saving, once you've settled on something you want to keep, Katana Bass can store favorite amp characters and effect setups in memories or tone settings for instant recall. There are 6 presets available for fast selection right from the panel. You can also connect an external foot switch or the BOSS GAFC foot controller to control preset selection, effects, drive level, and more. Stickers for the foot controller are included in the Katana Bass box. Basically, you could show up to a gig with the Katana Bass amp and a GAFC controller and have everything you need to cover just about any gig. On the back panel, you have a variety of connections. There is a GAFC foot controller jack to connect the optional foot controller, and control expression jacks to add additional foot switch controls via control pedals or expression pedals. The 2x10 model has a speaker out to power an external speaker cabinet, and the built-in speakers would be defeated when this is in use. There is a selectable balanced out with ground lift. This can be direct, pre, or post sound for sending the amp signal directly to an audio mixer. Also, there is a headphones recording output with mic'd cabinet emulation, letting you send mix-ready amp tones to computer DAW or headphones, and an aux-in 1/8" jack for connecting and playing backing tracks. There is a USB port for accessing a huge number of features under the hood with the BOSS Tone Studio app, or you can use the Katana Bass amplifier as an audio interface to record direct to your computer. You can also download patches from the BOSS Tone Central and immediately import them into your unit. Lastly, there is an optional Bluetooth BOSS BT Dual input, which allows you to operate the editor software on a mobile device via Bluetooth and stream playback music when practicing. If you don't know, the BT Dual is a Bluetooth adapter that is starting to show up on a lot of BOSS and Roland products. If you want to order this amp or want any more information about it or any other piece of gear, just contact your Sweetwater sales engineer and they'd be happy to help. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. For more videos like this, click here or start at sweetwater.com for all your music and audio gear needs. Take care.